Hey Google, turn off. Okay, solo pod today, friends. Um, my wife is at work, and I am not because I went to work yesterday and I I have a blue collar job, blue collar light, I would deem it, and through incidental slash accidental, just doing my job duties, I hit my thumb a few times, and I didn't do any irreparable damage, but I'm like, I'm impeding the healing process. And so I decided to take today off, and tomorrow I'm going to go fly down, see my mom the next few days after that. Then I got the weekend, and come Monday, it'll be a week, 7 days with these stupid sutures, aka stitches in my finger. And I believe that should be enough. And I say that knowing almost nothing. Um, but I should be at or near 100%, 100. And so that is a thinking. Uh, that is why I'm home alone with Frankie Blue Nicholas, our dumb cat. Okay, so notes, ideas, observations, hot takes, chores. So I can no longer do dishes. My wife is currently doing all of our dishes, and she usually does a lot of the majority. But I do dishes enough. For whatever reason, recently she's been doing dishes like 6 days out of 7 days, and I truly appreciate her doing that. But I haven't been able to do dishes because I can't do dishes with one hand, bro. It's an impossible task. So she's been doing all the dishes in addition to doing all the cooking, which again, I love her for that, and she loves to cook. Um, but she's always done 100% of the cooking. Now she's doing 100% of the dishes. I truly appreciate her. I am taking out the trash. That I can still do. I scooped Frankie's poop this morning. So that stuff I can do, but dishes, which can be a pain, uh, she is currently handling. Uh, big time appreciation, big time gratitude. Uh, so the nurse at Kaiser Urgent Care, where I got cut, she deemed it thumb fat. She said it's not a tendon, so that you're lucky there. It's just pure thumb fat. And I said, well, why are you body shaming my thumb, girl? I wish it was my middle finger or which finger would be most optimal to lose? Which is the most useless finger? Survey says pinky or ring. I, I I would tend to lose the pinky. My wife was on the ring end. Let me know in the comments section if you had to lose one finger, which would it be? Middle finger would be funny. I mean, the endless jokes at the bar. Let's be honest. But yeah, I would go with pinky. I feel like Frankenstein. So our the stitches were long, coming out from my thumb. They were a quarter inch, half inch. We trimmed them down a little. They look like Frankie's whiskers, but I thought they were unnecessarily long because then you get it becomes a complex situation when you're trying to put a band-aid on there and you don't want to put any of the sticky parts onto a stitch because taking it off will not be pleasant. So I thought they were just a little long, but trimmed them down. Should be good. Should be good to go now. Cheapness will get you nowhere. I should have gone to a jewelry store or a watch shop and paid. So I bought some batteries to do it myself. I got 5 batteries for $5, buck a battery, a little bit more than $5. And I was like, "Ooh, I'm in the money. I'm saving." But in the end, my thumb is debilitated, and I should have just gone to a jewelry store, and it would have cost $20, maybe 25, 30, who knows. Um, but I could have saved all this heartache and pain. The Kaiser in South Sacramento, it's quite a campus. It's quite the spread. Many buildings, lots of facilities going on. But the urgent care is small. Um, I would think it'd be bigger. The injuries there, not sure what was going on with most people. Most people just sitting around, but a few people limping, a few people with casts on their arms. So my wife is coming ahead in this in terms of we're going on longer walks now, and we're reading more, which just I'm illiterate, so it doesn't really make sense. But we are going on longer walks. We're reading a bit more. But I cannot snuggle her because she sleeps to my right. So draping my left arm, which is how I usually do it, over her rib cage or on her tummy, I can't do because that's where my injury lies. So the snuggling went down, but the walking and reading went up. So which choose one? Choose two. You got two of three, honey. Is that enough? Is it ever enough? I'm glad I'm not a gamer, but I couldn't imagine uh, being an Xbox controller freak and then not being able to play video games. I'm not a gamer because I'm an adult and I have a family and I have a life and I'm not a loser. But I couldn't imagine having that being a big part of my life and then, oh no, no more Call of Duty for 2 weeks. I'm also glad I'm not a hand model. I haven't lifted, so I had to take off from the gym because I can't be out here lifting only my right arm and left arm with the left thumb seems fraught with peril. So I'm taking 1 week off from the gym, maybe two, and it's listen, it's part of my identity. Okay, I take pride in it. Without the gym, who am I? I mean, I'm a good-looking guy who's really funny, but I, I I need to be more. My wife needs more. I hope that's okay. Oh, back to the two of three. Good looking, funny. Not so buff and strong anymore, honey. I hope that's okay. What's the biggest pain in the butt? Opening Ziploc bags. So the other night, we got a Ziploc bag of Dots pretzels. The honey mustard flavor is mad bussin', yo. The original regular flavor, not much going on, but honey mustard flavor is out of sight. Uh, but I had to like grip one side of the Ziploc zipper with my mouth, my teeth, and the other with my right hand. And it's just a pain in the butt. Opening bandages, showering, living. I can't put lotion on 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 my legs. I mean, I could do it with the right hand, uh, but I can't do it right hand to left arm, but I can't do it with the left hand to right arm. So as Biggie Smalls said, I went from ashy to classy, but now I'm going back to ashy. It's not a fun time. The one thumb, when it first happened, I was like, one thumb. I still got 90% of my digits, bro. 90%. It's not bad. It's like when you're sick and then you start feeling better and better. At about 90%, it's like, okay, I'm on the mend. I'm on my way up. I'm on the way up. But it turns out, you know what they say? 10% of your fingers, but 85% of your livelihood, of your existence, of living. It's a much bigger pain in the butt than I ever thought it would be. Thankfully, I shaved everywhere. Now listen, I groom, I manscape, whatever. But just happenstance that I shaved my armpits and chest uh, beforehand, trim my leg hair a few days before the accident, the laceration happened. Um, but I mean, 2 weeks. That's when I shave again. So hopefully, I'll be ready. I'll be back in the game. I haven't shaved my face. I'm like, do I need my left thumb to shave my face? I have no idea. I've been shaving for 45 years. Um, and I have no idea what actually goes into it, which digits go into it, which appendages. So I might shave, but I'm going to see my mom, and she doesn't care, and I don't care. Uh, so I told my boss yesterday. I went to work yesterday, uh, and I told my boss his name is Bubba. Yes, that's his real name. Can we all just move on? uh, and he was just grinning the entire time. And he said, "Listen, box cutters are good for two things: boxes and fingers." And I said, "Yes, sir." Um, Another thing is that so word gets around at my workplace. Everyone starts finding out. I start telling the tale. It's a good old time. Everyone has a Stitches story. Everyone has a Stitches story, and everyone wants to tell you their Stitches story. So I'll go into my uh, parable, and then they turn it around and they say, "Oh, I remember when I stabbed my arm. I remember I had." Next guy, I remember I had a chainsaw one time. Next guy, I was working with a wood chipper. Okay, that's great. That's great. That's great. That's fabulous. But what about me? We were talking about me. The spotlight was on me, and now you had to go hog all the attention for yourself. Can we get back to me? What about me? Love me, kiss me, shower me with hugs. I need validation. Uh, biggest Going back to grooming, my eyebrows. So my right eyebrow, which I do with my right hand, it's fine. But my left eyebrow, which is the rogue eyebrow, let's be honest, I can't. I can get to with my right hand, but it's not the same, and I can't get the correct angles, and so it's wild. Going back to Frankie, my left eyebrow now looks like Frankie's eyebrows or Frankie's whiskers. Okay, it's unkempt. It's bedlam. I hate it. I need this dang thumb to heal. Um, a lot. So a question that I'm getting a lot. Question I'm getting a lot in my instant messages is, uh, how deep is the wound? Well, I didn't have a ruler at hand, and it didn't occur to me to go grab a tape measure and put a dirty tape measure inside my gaping wound at the time while it was dripping blood, pulsating with blood. So I don't know, but if I had to guess, a quarter inch, half inch, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So I'm talking to my mom, telling her everything that's gone down, everything that transpired, and she was downplaying it. She's like, "Why didn't you just use a bandage? Oh, what? Why didn't you stop the bleeding?" Well, we did both of those. Why did you go to urgent care? Well, Ma, I, I, I'm, I. We were exercising an abundance of caution, and I'm trying to heal as quickly as possible. And I don't want you to worry, being 1,000 miles away. And so I'm sorry. And then yeah, but I think she understands. I hope she understands. I'm going to see her in a few days, and she's going to have the carne asada on the grill. Although my stepdad, Grandpa Curtis, is the grill master, but she's going to have some bacon. She's going to be sizzling some bacon and shrimp spring rolls, the Vietnamese classic appetizer. Although I haven't told her that, need to tell her that so she has the ingredients ready to roll. Alrighty, well that's it. Uh, I'm off. It's me. It's Frankie Blue. What did I do today? Well, first I went rode with my wife. She dropped the kids off. She drops the kids off every day, nearly every day, at their respective schools. So I got to ride along for that. And then she didn't want to come back and drop me off because she had to get to work. ASAP. So she dropped me off on Jefferson Boulevard. She slowly slowed down. She reached over, opened the door, the passenger side door, and shoved me out. Push me, get the hell out of here, boy. And so I walked from Jefferson Boulevard, a mile and a half to our home. I took out the garbage, took out the recycling, I scooped Frankie's poop. I went to grocery outlet bargain market because my wife gave me a list. I thought today was my day off. I thought I was supposed to be resting and relaxing and recovering, but you got me out here. But she needed some lotion. I bought more band-aids. Oh, and what is it?
And oop.
Nan. She had me pick up Nan, which she makes Lennox and Luda little pizzas out of. Um, so I grabbed some of that, and
And oop.
and at grocery outlet bargain market, they were playing over the loudspeaker, the radio, whatever, the music. They were playing the Rod Stewart version slash cover slash take. Rod Stewart's take on First Cut is the deepest. Gotta say, it slapped. It was a club banger. But right now it's me and Frankie Blue. I'm about to go meet my wife. We're gonna go have lunch at Pho Hoa Bak Viet, something like that. Small chain, small Vietnamese chain. There's three restaurants in Sacramento. It's good. We used to live right next to the one on Bradshaw. Now we're going to Pockets area in South Sacramento to go to that one. So I'm a happy camper. I haven't eaten at all, but whatever. Had some coffee this morning. I'm fine. And then after that, I come home to an empty house with me, Frankie Blue, and I'm gonna order some pizza, get some pizza delivered, pig out, and watch some porn. Am I right? No, I've only done that once since I've been married. Okay, maybe once since I've been my wife. But anyways, no, I'm gonna go pick up Luna from school, possibly give her a ride home to her friend, and then we'll reconvene. We'll do this all again tomorrow. I'm getting my stuff ready for my mom, bringing her down a bunch of USB cables and adapters and USB-C chargers and all this stuff. Some Bluetooth earbuds because she wants, and her the Bluetooth speaker that I gave her 10 years ago crapped out. So I'm going to give her another one. And hopefully it's to her suiting, to her liking. I'm going to give her some earbuds just to give her the convenience and mobility. She's been listening to a lot of music, hanging out in the backyard, sitting in the sun, getting that vitamin D, and listening to classical music. That's her jam. That's when she's super duper happy. So anything I can do to facilitate that is a win in my book. And I think that's it. Alrighty, well, are we done, honey? Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna pause this, and I'll be back with the review of Pho Hoa Bak Viet. I'm sure it'll be slamming. Okay, bye.
And oop.
Hello, friends. I'm back from lunch with my wife. We went to Pho Bak Hoa Viet. I was saying it wrong previously. That is how you properly say it in the correct order. I had the words right, order wrong. We went to the one on Greenhaven near my wife's work. First of all, midweek datey date, brew, good times. It reminds me of when we first began our torrid love affair. She worked in Midtown, Sacramento. I would drive down from Citrus Heights, where I lived, and she had a full time job. She still has the same job. I didn't have a job. Winter over here, winter over here. So I could meet her wherever, whenever, for whatever reason. So I would drive down, and middle of the week, middle of the day, we'd go for a walk. Sometimes we get lunch. Sometimes we just get coffee. It was a good time. This reminded me exactly of that. It was freaking fabulous. Pho Bak Hoa Viet. They open at 11. They have three locations in Sacramento, one in Stockton. Vietnamese food. They open at 11. We were there at 10:59. It's just down the street from where she works. First of all, our waiter, hecka hot, bro. Okay, good looking dude. Like he had some tats on an arm. He had the smart, studious glasses, uh, well groomed, proper haircut. 20 something young brew. I mean, listen, I'm married, but if I wasn't, break me off a piece of that, brew. They had the hot chili oil. I've become a hot chili oil fan slash fanatic, but a lot of them are just purely miss the mark. This one, it just didn't have a lot of heat. It was fine, um, but it didn't hold a candle to Peace Cuisine. Their hot chili oil makes me sweat like I'm running a freaking marathon, and I love every second of it. This hot chili oil, tiny bit of heat, but then it dissipated quickly. It was fine. We got shrimp spring rolls for our appetizer. They were solid. Shrimp spring rolls, very easy to make, but just comfort to me. When I eat them, I just feel like I'm at home. Reminds me of my mom, my heritage, my Vietnamese side. It was a grand old time. I get it with the fish sauce. Usually by default, it comes with this brown, thick, peanutty sauce, which I'm not a fan of. I just like the classic Vietnamese fish sauce. Their fish sauce was out of sight. So a lot of fish sauces, it's just liquid, and there's not much going on inside the liquid, and oftentimes it's clear. That's how you can tell they don't take pride in it, or they just do it cheap as possible. But this one had lots of carrot stuffs in there, red pepper chili flakes in there. So there was a lot of stuff going. It was like looking in the ocean and seeing a bunch of algae. So it was definitely on point. My wife got the pork with vermicelli, with egg rolls and bean curd. She asked me about the bean curd. I said, you might want to steer away. I've actually never had bean curd, but I just always thought it looked odd. And so I just never, I was always like, I don't need to try that. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. But she took a chance. She took a risk. She rolled the dice, paid off. Bean curd was pretty good. It's like a mixture that they fry up. It was fine. Her pork was they char it. It's well done. It's overly cooked. But I like that. She dug it too. Her egg rolls also fine. My mom's egg rolls are better. Okay. There wasn't much going on inside the egg roll, but they were hot, they were fresh, they were crispy, they were oily, mostly meat filling on the inside. It was fine with some fish sauce or some hot chili oil. Thought it was a good time. I got the chicken with vermicelli and shrimp. Chicken, I love the pork. I always want to order the pork, and oftentimes I do, but I'm sort of on track because I'm going to see my mom right now and just kind of trying to be smart. So I went with the chicken over the pork and then vermicelli over the rice because I believe it has like less carbs and less calories than the rice. And I say that knowing absolutely nothing. And then the shrimp is just three shrimp they throw on a freaking skewer. It's fine. They're small shrimp usually, and these today they were small. They kept the bean sprouts separate from the salad. It's just a cheap iceberg salad. All Vietnamese places do this, which I like. I mean, I can dig on some bean sprouts, and I have no problem shoveling them down. When I was a kid, I hated them. My mom put them in many things, and I'd be like, "Why did you put bean sprouts in there?" But now I'm like, whatever. They're just another component of a yummy salad. And but they were separate, so I was like, "Cool, I don't have to eat the bean sprouts." The chicken was good; it's fine. It's mid, but again, it's chicken. Um, and I'm trying to be healthier right now for whatever reason, because I'm gonna go see my mom and hopefully eat a ton down there. Oh, and I wanted to bring this up. So this is how you eat uh, uh, a protein. It's pork, beef, or chicken at Vietnamese places, and then either with rice or vermicelli. They got some salad in there. They got some green onions in there. They do some crushed peanuts there, and they have something called daikon, which is like a vinegary fermented carrot uh, component mixture. So what I do is I pour fish sauce over everything. I dive right into the salad because it's the least pleasant. It's just some cheap salad iceberg mixture, and that's fine. Um, and then I dig into the meat and the nudes, the noodles. It ends up just being a mess, unmitigated disaster. But that's just the way I eat it. In the end, it just all bleeds into one thang. But it's a good time. So pho bak hoa viet, yummy.
And oop.
I found that all Vietnamese places are good. Like they're pretty good. Chinese joints, hit and miss. Some are really good, some are not really good. For whatever reason, maybe just because there's many more. They're more prevalent in the United States of America. But pretty much um, any Vietnamese place, I get the shrimp spring rolls, I get the fish sauce, and then I do the either pork or chicken with vermicelli or rice, depending on how I'm feeling, if I'm trying to be healthy, et cetera, et cetera. Um, but they're all consistent and yummy and good. So a few more things about it's my day off. It's 12:30 in the afternoon. I have a day off tomorrow too. Not sure what I'll do. My wife told me to watch Ahsoka, which is the Rosario Dawson Star Wars uh, Disney Plus show. We watched the first episode. It's fine. It's fine. You could tell they put money into the show. That Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor, Disney Plus show, there was no budget. Like the exterior scenes look like they shot them on the Grapevine, a half hour north of Los Angeles. They're like, well, we can't go to Iceland, so how about we just drive 30 minutes north, uh, we could pull off to the side of the road, walk 200 feet, and then that'll be our planet. That'll be our the exterior of our planet. Uh, really bad, terrible show. Ahsoka, it's fine, but it doesn't need 8 episodes or 10 or whatever it is. All these stupid shows don't need 6, 8, 10, 12. Can you believe network TV used to do 22 in a flippin' season? Unbelievable. Uh, Listen, Rosario Dawson, her wardrobe, costume, whatever, um, shows her arms. And I get it, Rosario. You lift, okay? You got those tone arms. I don't need to see them all the time. It's, it's just whatever. It's whatever. At grocery outlet this morning, my wife told me to get a fruit snacks for the kids. We're running low on fruit snacks. They had a box of 10, but for $2. And if I learned anything from grocery outlet bargain market is that that's high for 10 fruit snacks. I don't pay more than $1.49. Oftentimes 99 cents for a box of 10 fruit snacks. Okay. And yeah, they're like LOL dolls and Scooby Doos, and maybe they're expired or they're about to expire, but I don't care. On my way to grocery outlet bargain market in our little pavilion here in the condominium complex we live in, I saw a lady with a bunch of like dishware, glassware, and a box, just by herself, sitting at one of the picnic tables in our little center area where the pool is and the gym is and all that stuff. Mailboxes. I was like, okay, she, what's going? Is it a flea market? Is she selling bongs? I don't know. Came back. Turns out she was with seven ladies, or seven total, six other ladies and her, and they were brunching it up, having a grand old time. This is middle, well, it was 10:30ish a.m. on a Tuesday. I was like, you live it up, girl, and I wanted to join them, but I mean, I would just walk up and be like, "Rose all day, am I right, ladies? Pour me a drink." Um, so I am missing 2 days of work. And yesterday was kind of a wash at work. And I really so I'm really dialed in on my weight. And I had a specific number in mind. It was 205 pounds that I was when I went to Endicott. And I was on target. I was on track. I was dialing in to 205 pounds to when I would go see my mom. And at 205, I'm like, I'm okay. Would I rather be 185? Sure. But 205, I, I'm not completely self-conscious. And I'm like, I look okay. I look decent. But yesterday, but that would have taken 3 full days at work doing what I was scheduled to do. But due to my injury, yesterday was kind of a half day, 3/4 day. I'm taking today off and the next day. So I will not be 205. And I'm fine with that, I guess. My mom, she won't say it out loud. She'll think it. Look, a little tubby there, son. A little chunky boy. But yeah. Eh, you try. The lesson is to not be so rubber banding in your weight and up and down. But anyways, I'm going down to by myself to my mom's. We're gonna go to the beach and spread my dad's ashes. If you're just joining us, my dad passed 7 months ago, 6 to 7 months ago, And my wife and I flew to New York, spread some ashes there. That's where he grew up. And then I'm going down to San Diego, spread some ashes at the beach. He loved water, he loved fishing. And then my wife and I are going back in November to San Diego to Julian, which is a beautiful, cutest, tiniest little town about an hour east of San Diego. It's the location that I most associate with him and my time with him. And then it's just going to be my wife and I because I want to spend some time with her and really soak it in. We got a hotel room, and we're going to spread his ashes at a place he used to work at, a gold mine. He used to give tours at a gold mine in Julian, California. I spent a summer there. We were in a trailer, a tiny motorhome, RV, whatever, and that was parked on the grounds of this gold mine, and it was freaking the best summer of my life, dude. Like I would go on tours all day. I would drink Pepsi all day because they had a vending machine that was 25 cents for ice cold Pepsi. I would walk down into Julian. Um, there was gold mining there, and it was a tourist trap. You never found any gold, but I did that all day, and I would just do whatever I wanted all day. He was giving tours, but he hung out with me a lot, and I was just a kid in a candy store. Fond memories. I love that place, and so that will be the last place I spread his ashes, and then we will be done with the world tour, as it were, the North American tour of my dad's ashes. That's going to be in November with my wife. We booked the tickets, we booked the hotel. Um, so going back to not having a thumb, things that are difficult, buttons, okay? Specifically, unbuttoning buttons. Also, buttoning buttons. It's hecka difficult. So every time I pee, it becomes a whole arduous task, and it's a pain in the butt. This morning, I couldn't undo, I literally could not undo my blue jeans button. So I just yanked down my jeans and whipped it out, as it were, peed that way. Styling my hair, I use gel. It's a full 35-second affair that I usually take to kind of do my hair like I like to do it. But with one hand, it's hecka difficult. It's a pain in the butt. And I'm not as pretty as I used to be. Okay. Um, excuse me, opposite pockets. So for whatever reason, I always kept my phone in my left pocket, but now I don't have a left hand, or I don't have a left thumb, which negates a lot of movement. So I keep my phone in my right pocket. It's weird. I'm constantly, where's my phone? Where's my wallet? Wallet, same thing. Keys, same thing. Everything's had to adjust. And so it's constant second guessing, constant paranoia. I hate it. Thankful for my wife. She's taken charge of me. She's been wrapping me up. Like I said, she's been doing the dishes. She always does the cooking. Well, that's why I got married. Traditional roles, am I right, fellas? Just kidding. But she's been doing all the dishes, but she's really taken charge with like wrapping me up for a shower, putting band-aids on me, gauze, all this stuff. And I'm just so thankful she's helping me out. She's the one spearheading this my recovery. 6 months ago, when Lennox broke his arm, she was front and center on that, like all the time, like wrapping him up with a garbage bag on his arm so the cast wouldn't get wet when he took a shower. She's just my domestic queen. She's my domestic goddess, and I mean, I was around, and I'll do anything to help. But she, she's the general, and I'm just a lowly admiral. Admiral. Oh, wait, an admiral is higher than a general. Whatever. She's Picard. I'm Riker. Okay. And yeah, and so if she ever gets hurt or if she goes through something traumatic, I hope to be as good as her. But that hasn't happened yet. Although life happens, so it probably will happen, and I will try to be there for her as most I can. Alrighty, well, I'm by myself. Lennox is going to be home in about 2 hours from school. Then I got to go pick Luna up. So I have 2 hours to throw things away that are in the garage that are annoying me that my wife wouldn't let me throw away if she was here. Sorry, honey. You snooze, you lose. Uh, if I learned anything from all this entire saga is don't be cheap. Don't do it yourself. Pay someone, hire someone. Uh, Instead of using a razor blade, a box cutter to try to of pry the back off of a wristwatch. I should have taken it to a freaking jewelry store, which is 5 minutes away, and had them done it. Yeah, I would have paid through the nose as opposed to $1 battery. But I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in. So don't be cheap. Go to that steakhouse. Take that vacation. Get that massage. Fly to that island. Snort that cocaine. Hire that hooker. Live your life, brew. All right. Peace out.